If I were to tell you that there are a lot of men under 40 who were single and sexless, you'd probably agree to that. So much so that Psychology Today has written articles about it, like this one, Why So Many Young Men Are Single and Sexless. And it's such a problem that Pew Research has also done a lot of research on the subject matter. And we get it. It's quite hard matching on Tinder in today's world. Also, approaching women is very difficult to do. And of course, you hear the complaints about the quote unquote modern woman and how difficult she is to deal with. So guys understand what's going on when it comes to that. However, for a woman to be 40 and under and a virgin, it's quite uncommon because at least the men who are virgins don't want to be that. We call them incels. But women have a lot of good opportunities and can be tempted to engage in sexual activity. Now, as men, we can see like, well, these women who might not be as attractive probably don't get opportunities to have sex. Stop the show. That is completely untrue. No matter how bad you think somebody looks as a lady, they have plenty of opportunities for sex. Maybe not for long-term relationships, but they definitely have it for sex. But that will be different from women who have opportunities for sex, marriage, and who have access to a high quality net worth. And all of those people would be Lolo Jones. Now, Lolo Jones is a very beautiful and very talented sprinter and bobsledder, right? She's even competed in the Olympics. She went to LSU. And I mean, she has every reason in the world to be able to get to the guys that she wants. Number one, she's mixed race. She can do black men or white men. She could also do a lot of other things, but for whatever reason, she's 40 and a virgin. Now, I want to talk about this particular clip here that I saw from this particular lady on TikTok who mentioned that she was 29 when she decided to, lose her virginity. And the reason why I want to preface that is because this is very important for what we're going to talk about. Let's check that clip out.
I was a virgin when I got married and I was almost 29 years old. This video is not to tell you what to do or to shame you in any way. This is just my personal experience and I wanted to share it with you. I did not make this decision based on religion or religious beliefs. It was just something that I wanted to do for myself. Throughout my life, I had probably about 90% of my friends that decided not to wait. And when that relationship didn't work out, they were so heartbroken, completely devastated. I had kind of taken from what they had experienced for myself and just went, I really only want to experience this with one person. When I had made this decision, I felt like it was God saying, hey, this is what is best for you and your life experience. I am the type of person that attaches themselves to people very easily. And I just knew, and I know that God knew from the moment that He created me and from throughout my journey and experience with this, it was, you can, but I knew that if it didn't work out, that I would be depressed and devastated. And I didn't want that for myself. And of course it was difficult. There were times when I didn't think Danny and I would make it because we're humans. I do not regret that decision that Danny and I made together at all. Don't get me wrong. I know that there are people out there that have had horrible experiences with this decision. And so I'm not even saying that this is the best for everybody. I'm saying this is what was best for my husband and I when we made this decision together. And like I said, I know that people have not had the best experience with this. There has been a little bit of shift in culture in terms of if you're waiting. I've noticed that people have a lot more shame for waiting versus the opposite. Do what's best for you and your body and your mental and emotional health. I have nothing bad to say about it. My husband and I have a healthy marriage, a baby on the way. I do think that there's a lot of bad aspects about purity culture. It tends to be stemmed in a spirit of religion and shame, and I do not agree with that. But I also don't agree with having the opposite of shaming somebody for waiting. So if you want to do it, do it. I had the best experience. If you don't, don't.
Now that lady is Bethany Casarong, who is on TikTok. And if you can look at her, I mean, she's okay looking, but if you look at looks, or if you take looks into consideration, I would say Lolo Jones is much more attractive than this lady is. So Lolo Jones, in my honest opinion, shouldn't have a problem getting married. But that is what the case has been for Lolo Jones. So much so that she's actually broken down in tears about the fact that she can't get married or have a baby. And I want to cite Mediocre Stories and Reviews reaction video about 3 months ago or a few months ago to talk about this.
I really want a family. I've waited for my husband for so many years, and I'm just getting mad, and I'm about to turn 40. There's a lot of stress on me right now.
I know it's all you.
Copyright. In my initial appointment, they found an ovarian cyst the size of a tennis ball. This is Lolo Jones, by the way. Okay. She's getting blood done. They checked my hormones and AMH levels to see if it was even possible for me to start IVF. Meetings with Dr. Chappelle and the senior. Okay, what's she saying?
Hormone levels are normal, so we're gonna proceed
Hope is never
with
lost.
the process of
Hope is never.
Copyright.
things.
Okay. The first shot of many. Okay, so she's starting IVF. I have to do multiple shots, 11 days in a row. It's a big old needle. IVF to be continued. Okay, that's the rest of the video. Let's talk about this real quick. What's particularly sad about this story is that when we generally talk about modern women today, we talk about those that have maybe rode the carousel down into the past and kind of expect a guy to wife all that up going into the future. But Lolo Jones, from my understanding, is actually a virgin. So think about this, being a virgin that's waiting for marriage. She's very attractive. She's in incredible shape because she was an Olympian, but she still can't find a man, further demonstrating that a woman's accolades do not make her attractive or sought after.
And now we are where we are today. The Insider.com says, Olympian Lolo Jones says being a 40-year-old virgin has killed her love life. Now she's turning to IVF to become a mom. Now, this was something that she told the Daily Mail, and we all know about that. But she's blaming her lack of sex life as to why she can't have kids with her husband. And she said the virginity is a gift she wanted to give to the husband, but it never happened. And she said this verbatim. Sad music! There's virgins out there. I'm gonna let them know it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Harder than training for the Olympics, harder than graduating from college, has been to stay a virgin before marriage. This is what she says. She says everything, it killed her dates. Basically guys wanted to drop her and all of that. But see, all these excuses is something that she doesn't want to really discuss. That is the fact that Jones could not meet a man that was quality to get married to. This lady was a virgin until she was 29. We can believe that because we see it all the time. But Lolo Jones is blaming everything. Being a virgin has killed her love life. She's blaming being at a disadvantage for other reasons. And the real thing is, Lolo Jones was not able to prove to the guy that she wanted that she was worth waiting for to get married to. Now she's going to be a single mom. So I guess that's really gonna kill all of that, right? You're gonna be a virgin as you're pregnant. And that's the situation here. Now she says she's gardening, she's doing peaceful things, she's taking everything day by day. All of that, she's pretty much given up. But the reality is that Lolo Jones wasn't competitive enough in the dating scene. Lolo Jones focused much of her time to being an extremely talented athlete in two sports, bobsledding and hurdles. That's where her focus was. Her focus was not being somebody's wife. And she can't really blame her virginity for that fact. Number one, you have access to men normal women just would not. You're black and you're white, so in the black community, you're light skinned. You have access to other guys who are athletes. You're a superstar in some regard. People know you. You're a college graduate. All of these things are to your advantage, yet you can't find anybody. And it's not because guys are not willing to wait for you. You just could not find the right guy. So why couldn't you find the right guy? And a lot of times, brothers got to really understand, we know that there are some brothers out there who are Christians, devout Christians, who believe in sex before marriage. Is it because that maybe Lolo Jones didn't find those particular guys attractive? It has to be something wrong here. There are plenty of men, I feel, that would have waited for a lady like Lolo Jones. But maybe it's how she treats her partners. It's maybe that she doesn't know how to date. It's maybe she doesn't know how to do all these things right. And so because of that, she lost an opportunity and now she's blaming virginity for it. When in reality, Lolo Jones needs to be blaming herself. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you subscribe to the bell. We're out.